Good morning, all of you. So we'll continue with the semiconductors. Today we are going to discuss about the p-type, n-type, p-n junction, and diode forward bias, reverse bias. This is a very core, you can say, the fundamental one. But if you look at the numericals, no, none of this theory, what I'm going to say, they don't go for that level of conceptual question. May ask. So here and there, that one. So the numericals are totally different. Like a similar to go for current density, apply KCL, KVL, you'll get the answer. But the theory here, little bit, you have to analyze at the molecular level, each and every electron, how it will flow, that one. Little bit difficult. I think most of you follow the SC Verma. I just will explore the SC Verma content in detail with the diagram so that it'll be easy for you to understand what I'm saying. So don't refer. You can refer. I think somebody yesterday said Singage. It's there in content. Read Singage. Nothing there. Maximum, I'll focus on the SC Verma. The way he has explained. No, those ideas only. Let me just explain it in detail so that it'll be easy for you when you read SC Verma in my notes. No, almost it's going to help you with that one. So now, as yesterday we have seen, the conductivity of pure semiconductor, it was very low, no? And it was given by sigma is equal to charge. Yesterday, I think we have defined all these things. So these are the holes. H means hole, E means electron. Concentration of free electrons, and there's a concentration of holes. That one. Mobility, okay, we can't improve by a large quantity. That one. Leave that mobility. We can make changes, but the changes what we make practically what pen will not show much increase in the conductivity. What we are focusing, we are trying to increase the conductivity. What do you mean by conductivity? More current. I want to have more current through a diode. So now, is there any option of increasing number of electrons? Yes, it's their option in the semiconductor. You can increase either electrons or the holes. How to increase the electrons? By adding impurity atom. So next, first we'll define the term called as a doping. Adding an impurity atoms to a to an intrinsic semiconductor is called as a doping. This process is called as a doping. That one means how suppose when we cook some curry, we add some salt, no? So similar to that, adding some impurity items to a pure semiconductor. That's called a doping. By doping and pure semiconductor, we'll get an extrinsic semiconductor. So I'll increase any how much I want conductivity, those many what happen, I'll increase this concentration at the level of electrons, the amount of electrons. So that will increase the conductivity. So what we have advantage, I can control the conductivity. This thing not there in metals. You can't change in metals. So whereas for electrons what happen, for semiconductors, yes, you can control. For copper, you see concentration of free electrons. It's a fixed value. You can't change it. For a metal, the conductivity is a fixed here. Of course, it will vary with the temperature, but altogether, I want to have some large change. I cannot produce. For semiconductors, possible, both by varying number of holes, number of electrons. How do that? By adding impurity atom. For that, what I do, I'll take a pure semiconductor. This will be, there's a pure semiconductor. What is the state? This will be the molten state. Not solid state, molten state. So germanium or silicon. Usually we prefer silicon. Let's assume. Is the molten state. Here what happened, I'll add impurity atoms. This will also in molten state. And the moment I place it here, this particular liquid, molten liquid shall place it here, no? It will undergo diffusion. Because here concentration of impurity atoms, impurity is more. And what about concentration here less? So they'll start diffusing. If this is solid, I think not possible, no? They cannot mix up. So therefore, they will be in molten state. They may test with small ideas like this. So what we do is like for a pure semiconductor, for intrinsic semiconductor, which is there in molten state, I'll add impurity atoms which are there in molten state. Then due to diffusion, it will spread because the moment impurity atom comes here, number of atoms of impurity are more here less. So therefore it starts diffusing. So first I'll go for construction of N-type semiconductor. So for this, what we do, we had pentavalent a pentavalent impurity atoms are added to intrinsic semiconductor. What are pentavalent impurity atoms? Like we have arsenic, antimony, and these are some pentavalent, and phosphorus. These are allied to pure semiconductor. What is the pure semiconductor? Either germanium or silicon. Let me take here now. What is the one? What type of? What is another condition? This impurity atom, it should exactly fit into the crystalline structure of semiconductor. Like that, what when the impurity atoms will pick up. And we know semiconductor is what? It's a tetravalent atom. Outermost orbit will have 4 valence electrons, and it will share with adjacent atoms. So we'll get a covalent bond. So when I add such a pentavalent impurity atom, these are covalent bond it is. This is the impurity atom, phosphorus, I'll write it, and these are the silicon. Like that, a covalent bond will be formed. So, and these are the valence electrons. Phosphorus pentavalent atom, it's 4 outermost valence electrons it will use. It will share with the adjacent silicon atom. It will form a covalent bond. And what is one more condition? The impurity atom should exactly fit into crystalline structure. So like that, what after checking that one, so these are the some few what I indicated. They will exactly fit into crystalline structure of semiconductor. How much quantity next comes? What quantity of that should be added? For every 10 to power of silicon atoms, one impurity atom will be added. For every 10 to power of 6 semiconductor atoms, one impurity atom will be added. It will go and fit. So the phosphorus is a pentavalent impurity. So one electron wattman will be now loosely bound. It will be like this. So this you can show it like a red color only. It's a very loosely bound. So what is the energy with which it will be bound? 0.045 electron volt. So what will be the band structure? How the relative band structure will be? So if you look at the conduction band, there's a conduction band. and there's a valence band. Now, few, these are due to thermal agitation, and we'll get few holes that are generated due to thermal agitation. Next, what we have this donor level, no? It will come here. So these particular, for addition of one atom, one impurity atom, what happened? One electron will be available. Where do this electron will be available here. So let me show that this is called like a donor level. Why donor? So shall I say that that impurity atom donates one electron to the semiconductor substance material. So to donate addition of one impurity atom will make one free electron available. So what are these free electrons? They are due to thermal agitation. Due to this addition of impurity atom. So what is this energy? It will be binded by 0.05 electrons. So small, with small energy it will be binded. If you just supply that energy, that will become free, and it is free to move anywhere inside the material of semiconductor. So like this, for like if I had 1 gram of impurity atom, I think large number of electrons are available now. So then what I did, I just increased the conductivity by how much? By quantity of 10 to power of 8, 10 to power of 6 times. This is what happens in the semiconductor. Addition of one impurity atom will give one electron. So like this, let me add some 10 grams. In 10 grams of impurity atom, how many electrons are there? How many atoms are there? For one atom, one electron. So like this, you can see large number of electrons are available. This number will be far exceed than due to thermal agitation which are there. And where do they, this called a donor level, or you can also call this as a Fermi level. Just only remember, that's all. Don't go in detail. For n-type semiconductor, where Fermi level just below the conduction band. Okay, now how to show that? This is a thing. So this is a structure. So every time I'm not bother silicon. So this phosphorus, shall I say donor ion? Because it has given one electron, it has become donor ion. So how to show that semiconductor material? No? How to show that semiconductor material? So we'll take this one, the material. So here afterwards, n-type semiconductor means so it has given one electron, no? So therefore that donor ion will show by positive sign. And each donor ion, so that electrons you show like this. And there'll be also few holes, no? Why do these few holes? These few holes are due to thermal agitation. So tell me like a OR majority here. OR majority. I think we can make a big diagram, no problem. Yeah. OR majority. So for n-type semiconductor, OR majority carriers. Electrons are majority carriers. So for n-type, this is n-type, I'll write it here. Like this, I'll indicate symbol. Majority carriers. OR minority carriers. O's that one. I think this not valence electron or free electrons, or just you call electrons here. So for n-type, what happened? O is majority carrier. The free electrons are majority carriers. O's are minority carriers. Why do that O's? Due to thermal agitation. O's are not due to addition of impurity atom. Now, what is the net charge of this? Please look at all the diagram available and check it. What should be the net charge? N-type, shall I say negatively charged or no? Sir, corresponding to this blue color, how many blue bubbles are there, circles are there, corresponding to that 6 I'm showing it. And what is these electrons? That has come due to addition of one impurity atom. So therefore, how many free electrons are there? Those many donor ions will be there. So what is the net charge of N-type semiconductor? Will be 0. I'm not showing these free electrons here. Okay, are you able to get this one? These free electrons that are generated due to thermalization is not, I'm not showing that one because their number will be far less compared to this donor ions, electron generated donor ions. So altogether, what are majority carriers? The electrons in N-type semiconductor. Minority carriers are holes. Then if I go and check it now, the product of these two, N into NH will be Ni square. I know Ne. So this you can neglect. This will be very small. No? How many donor ions I added? I know it. For addition of one donor atom, pentavalent impurity atom, one electron I'm getting. So with this, can I calculate the minority carriers? Yes, it will be. So what is the eta H concentration of holes? This is the concentration of the electrons. So approximately what happened? How many donor ions that I added? Those many free electrons will come. So you don't bother this one. This number will be far less. You can neglect it here. So as far as our discussion concerned, so what you can write? Nd, number of donor ions should be equal to Ne approximately. So how much of impurity atom I'm going to add, I'll tell you. With that, you're going to calculate Ne. Then you know intrinsic carrier concentration. What is intrinsic? Yesterday I defined it. Number of electrons per unit volume in conduction band to number of holes per unit volume in valence band. This will be given for a given material, either germanium or silicon. This is a fixed value. So we'll get this one. So like this, we'll come to know how many holes are present. There's one formulas are there, just go for it. Okay, this is about the N-type semiconductor. What is the state of, if you give slight energy, what happens? These electrons are available for conduction. If you give just this much of small energy. Earlier what happens, you should pull the electrons from the valence band. But here what happens, slight energy if you supply, as they're available for conduction. This is about the N-type semiconductor. So now we'll go for P-type semiconductor. Let me choose the same diagram. N-type, why the name N-type only? Don't again this one, because the N-type and P-type, like this will give the name. Okay, don't bother the name. P-type semiconductor. So how to produce P-type semiconductor? A trivalent impurity atoms are added to intrinsic semiconductor. What are trivalent impurity atoms like gallium, indium, aluminium, all these are. So trivalent impurity atoms. What they are? Aluminium, gallium, indium. So all this will come as the trivalent impurity atoms. So here, let me write, this is Al. Let me. So again, it's a trivalent. So addition of one impurity atom. So it's like a trivalent, no? So there are three outermost valence electrons are there. So that will be shared by this trivalent impurity atom with adjacent silicon atom, and what it will do, it form a covalent bond. The fourth bond, you can see this one, this is incomplete, no? And the vacancy created by valence electron in valence band will become hole. So addition of one impurity, trivalent impurity atom will create one hole. This is a donor, no? This is an acceptor ion. It is in need of one electron. So therefore acceptor. Pentavalent impurity atom. It donated one electron to the semiconductor structure material. So therefore it was a donor ion. This will call as acceptor ion. So addition of one impurity atom will generate one hole. That will be, this hole is generated. So how the energy band structure? Again, same thing, 10 to the power of 6 atoms, 1, the same idea it will be. Valence band, conduction band. So where the Fermi level, acceptor level, or call Fermi level. Don't bother much about anything, just only info data. Where Fermi level for p-type center, just above the valence band. Here, these were the holes. These holes are due to what? Thermal agitation. And these electrons are produced due to thermal agitation. Then, for addition of one impurity atom, that all will come and settle here. Those also, they'll be very loosely bound. This one. So this is around in the books, they're telling 0.05 electron volt. If you give small energy, no, that will become free and it will be available for conduction. Where do it will come? It will come to valence band. So if you, what happened for electron, you have to supply energy. For a hole, what happen? It has to climb down. Always think about electron. You may get confused here. If the hole moves from higher to lower energy level, it will be available in the valence band. If the electron moves from low to higher level, it will be available for conduction band. So these are the holes available for this one. So what we did, again, just by adding impurity atom, for the addition of one atom, we'll get the one hole. Like that, if I just add few grams, no, millions of holes will be available for conduction. So I increase now the conductivity of this semiconductor. I'll call this as a p-type. N means negative, not like semiconductor is negative. Just they brought the name N-type, and this called like a p-type semiconductor. So shall I say these are like a acceptor ion? It is in need of one electron to complete the bond. This particular. So how we show that p-type semiconductor? So in the this is square box. This energy band diagram, then this, this box is what very important, because this is what I'm going to carry on. The total almost around, I think the whole week, it just revolves around this diagram. So what is acceptor ion? Trivalent impurity atom. Theory very difficult, numericals are very easy. Addition of one impurity atom will give one hole. Clear this. And along with that, there'll be free electrons. Why they are? They are due to thermal agitation. Now, shall we put positive sign or negative sign for this? Negative sign. So what is the net charge of this p-type semiconductor? Will be 0. So who are majority carriers? Holes are majority carriers. What about electrons? Minority carrier. When I say electron, no, it is that free electron only. We are not bothered about valence electrons in valence band. When I say electron, it's a free electron only. So this happens. And again, here the same formula. And what is NH is equal to Na. How many like a trivalent impurity atoms and those many corresponding O's will be generated. I know what is that. There are some holes which are due to thermal excitation, but this number will be very small compared to what we had. The holes generated due to the doping, what that is generated will be very much greater than the holes generated due to thermal agitation. So therefore, this is the approximate formula. So how many acceptor ions, how many trivalent impurity atoms add, those many holes will be generated. Substitute that, and this will be given for a semiconductor material. You will get the minority carriers. How many minority carriers are present? Just as a formula based, no? Just they give values, you have to substitute and get the answer. It's very important. Two times they've asked in mains again. This is about the p types. What is the net charge of the p type center? Will be zero. It's a neutral. Okay, now look at this. What is the state of this trivalent impurity atom? Can it move? Can it move similar to free electron? No. So shall I say it's a immobile? What is a mobile? The hole is mobile. As hole can propagate. Yesterday I discussed that one. Similarly, come for n type. So there's a trivalent impurity atom. No, sorry, penta donor ion. Now, is it mobile? No, it's also immobile. It cannot move. Why it cannot move? The adjacent silicon atoms will not permit. No, so they're fixed in semiconductor crystal structure here. Only they can, due to rise in temperature, they can have thermal agitation. Means they can vibrate above their mean position. It can vibrate. It can vibrate. That's all. But it cannot. So therefore, shall I call immobile ion? It is immobile donor ion, immobile acceptor ion. Later, I'll be using these terms. You should have this basic picture here. The Fermi level for p-type semiconductor will lie just above the valence band. The Fermi level for the n-type will just lie below the conduction band. Okay, there's a overall the way what happened p-type n-type will put it, and both are electrically neutral. Both n-type and p-type is neutral. You write it nearby. Net charge of it is zero. This is electrically neutral. Okay, this is about the construction, like how to construct the p-type n-type. Okay, let me bring these two and I'll join them. So usually what is the silicon? Solid, no? What about the impurity atom? They're in solid. But how do I dope? They are not in solid state. They'll be in molten state. And that what I should take the pure silicon, not like something that one. Pure silicon it should be. How much of purity? 99.99%. This much for pure silicon. I should add the impurity atoms. And both the impurity atoms which I'm going to add and silicon will be in the molten state. Now like this, I'll construct p-type n-type. Now if I join them both physically, anything will I get it? I'll join them means there's a small like our chemistry what happened will take into picture. Little bit some chemistry ideas. Now I'm going to join them. What is the state of both? They're in solid state. Anything will happen to them. I'll come to the original discussion. PN junction. Anything will happen to this p-type and n-type. Nothing will happen. If they're in solid state, nothing will happen. Means at room temperature, if I join n-type, p-type, nothing will happen. No diffusion, nothing. This is very important. When n-type, both are in solid state, not in molten state. When p-type, n-type, semiconductor or joined type solids, okay, semiconductor joined solid state condition. Anything will happen to any electron will move from n to p-type or all will move nothing. So no diffusion of charges occur. This is, I think, they've asked this in some AIMS, All India Institute of Medical Sciences. So we don't have much discussion on the book. If you read the SC Verma, I think he has really put it that one. Molten state is stressing. He has given diagram also. He has given, he is showing that when you are adding impurity atom, he is showing like this. Means some, they are in molten state, not in solid state. So when you join them in a solid state, nothing will happen. They'll remain as it is. Number of electrons in that will be fixed. This will be holes in will be fixed. Nothing will happen. So what I do practically, how to form a PN junction, what we do is like, I need a big one full page I need. So okay, here only. Let me take this one. Instead, this what happened, what I do is, let me take a pure semiconductor, pure intrinsic semiconductor. What is the state of it? Molten. That one. Here I'll add a trivalent impurity atom on one side. This is a trivalent, this is a pentavalent. And they are also in molten state or high temperature. I just write only molten. When I put it like this, no. So in this region, what will be formed? Here I'll get the what happened P type. Here I'll get N type. The moment the substance P type N type formed, again what happened here? What happened? More number of electrons are there, and here less electrons. Here more holes. Here more electrons. Few holes. Here more holes. Few electrons. So what will happen now? As they're in molten state and the electron is free to move, so the electron from here, as the concentration of electrons are more here less, so they'll start diffusing. But sir, why can't it happen? Not possible. Huh? The material will not permit. It cannot happen that one. Whereas here, what will happen? The metal is in molten state, and the electrons, what happen? They are not bounded to that particular atom, and they're freely moving. No, because of that thermal, they're having enough kinetic energy, and they are moving randomly. It's not like that here. What about here? It's slightly binded with a small energy, that one. Because of higher temperature in molten state, the electrons will have enough kinetic energy. So when they're moving randomly, so they can come here. So like that, concentration here is more, here less. So better you call diffusion. Why electrons will move? Just because here more electrons are there, here less electrons. So the diffusion occurs only in molten state, not in when solid state. I think you know enough chemistry. I'll not talk much diffusion. Again, we have to spend huge 5-6 hours in the diffusion theory. So in the liquid, as the diffusion occurs. In the solid, the diffusion will not occur. The same solid, when it is in molten state, diffusion occurs very easily. So therefore, now the electrons will diffuse. The holes from p-type will diffuse here. So when they diffuse, so what happen, we'll get some phenomena called as p-n junction is formed. A junction is formed. That junction we have to discuss here. So more electrons, few electrons. So here, so what we can say, they will start moving like this. And what about holes? They'll start moving here. How long that will occur, we'll see that one. So this particular thing is called diffusion. So now diffusion occurs. What do you mean by diffusion? The movement of molecules from region of higher concentration to lower concentration. Okay, word diffusion. Okay, let's see that now. Let's get in the diagram. This is the base on which all our this whole week what happened, everything which I want to explain now, I'll take help of this diagram only. Almost I think some 10-15 times I'll be drawing this diagram, not 1-2, 10-15 times. Now this is the p-type, we'll take it. This is n-type. So p-type means it is having one node, no? So this will be the not exact circle. Yeah. Oh, what happened? Oh, just right. I think I'll reconstruct it. It is not responding. Okay, there's a p-type. So here shall we put negative sign? We are not going to show that silicon. Okay, that is what you have to notice here. Only donor ion and acceptor ions. That will be visible for us. Silicon atoms, we are not going to show it. Holes, free electrons, and donor and acceptor ions. Only that is what we are going to. And don't need not to show that covalent bond. That also you leave it here. So here holes will be there. There's a base diagram which will carry on for the total chapter for whole 1 week. Except in logic gates, everywhere I'll be using this one. This everything is there in molten state. Now what will happen to the system? So here are few minority carriers, I show it. Okay, keep it here. So there's a p-type and n-type. Fine. Okay, now what will happen? The diffusion will occur. The majority carriers are here, the electrons in the n-type, and they will diffuse from n to p-type. Similarly, the majority carriers in the p-type are holes, they'll diffuse from p to n-type. When they're moving, why the diffusion occurs? It's a natural phenomenon. Region of displacement of molecules from region from higher to lower concentration. That's what happens here. So let's not bother why diffusion occurs. The diffusion occurs because of concentration level, difference in concentration level. So as it propagates now what will occur here now? These electrons when they are moving, so it will encounter hole, no? And when hole captures free electron, what do you get? I think there's a previous class we have made it. We get and that valence electrons we don't show it, or you go for energy band diagram. If an electron makes if there's a hole and if there's a free electron, if a free electron makes a transition, tell me like if electron makes a transition from higher level to lower level, go back to hydrogen spectrum, it will give out energy, no? This energy what will be absorbed by the material itself here. So when the electron is captured, when the free electron is captured by the hole, what do we get? We get valence electron. That valence electron we don't show here. But what happened? The energy go decrease. So where do that energy go? Will be absorbed by the material itself. There's a photon. Photon is photon. This one. This photon is energy that will be absorbed by the material itself, and it's converted into heat. This is what happens in semiconductor material. So when I do like this, so initially what happened? Due to diffusion, these electrons they'll move in here, and similarly the holes also will move. I told you like so if you're getting confusion, only take displacement of electron, but actually both holes and electrons they will diffuse here. Why they diffuse? Due to concentration level, nothing, no other reason. So they'll start diffusing. So when the holes will move from p to n type, here n type all majority carriers electrons. So then what when the holes will become minority, so they'll be captured by electrons. When the electrons move from n to p type, the moment they enter into p type, they'll become minority and they'll be captured by the holes that one. So like that what happened? This is a junction. This particular thing is called a junction or a boundary. So at this particular junction, so what will happen to this donor ions? There's a donor ion. I'll be using word frequently. Donor ion. And what is this? Acceptor ion. And what will happen to those ions which are nearby the junction? Shall I say they are being robbed of their majority carriers? They lose that majority carrier. And because of that, a net charged layer will be developed here. So finally, after when the diffusion occurs, I think I'll go for next page. What do we get because of this? These will be robbed off. They will lose what? Like the majority carriers. What is the type of layer will get it? That electron minority carriers, keep it like this one, no problem. Yeah. So we'll get a layer, no? So here, look at that layer, no? So shall I say some charge layer is being like obtained. This one, and there's a positive charge layer is built up on the N type, and negative charge layer is built up on the P type here. So there's a P type. I think I'll write it inside. This is a P type. This is N type. How long means now you can say further no more diffusion occurs. Why the diffusion stops? That's what we have to give explanation. So as initially what will happen, the majority carriers will move from one region to another region. The electrons will move from P to N type, also will move from N to I type. So where the recombination will occur here or nearby the junction. The recombination will occur nearby junction. What is the recombination? Already I gave diagram. Okay, just remember. Recombination valence, and that valence electrons we need not to show in this region. No, as like this, the diffusion continues. Then at one instant what happen? A charged layer means at one instant open the diffusion stops here. Why the diffusion stops? You look at the electric field now. There's a positive, go back to electrostatic, there's a positive charge there, negative charge there. How the electric field will be always from positive charge there to negative charge there. So here we'll get an electric field. For better learning, you show that E bar very clearly in the book, in your notebook. Those who are writing, no, this E bar should be visible. Okay, this is electric field. Let's come for electron. If an electron in an electric field, This is a E bar. If any electron is present, tell me what direction it will experience a force. Electron shall I show like a this one. So in what direction will experience force? Towards right, Fe. And if any hole is present, what direction the hole will experience force? Towards left. Any reason? Because only the positive charge will experience force in the direction of field. Go back to electrostatics, and the electron is the negative charge will experience force in the opposite to electric field. Now, this particular electron now is a majority carrier. it is having enough energy. It wants to cross. The moment it enters here, it is having kinetic energy. With that kinetic energy, it wants to go. So what this electrostatic force will do? Will repel it back because it will not have enough kinetic energy to cross over to the p type. So what about this electron? All electrons, most of the electrons open, they don't have sufficient energy to cross over the layer. So this particular layer, I'll call it as a depletion layer. We'll give some name, depletion. Why the name? Most of you, I think some of you are very good in English. Depletion. If we start eating like this every day, okay, two breakfast, one lunch, one dinner, the resources will get depleted, and for future generation, there won't be enough food. What means depletion? Will be robbed off. So we are what we are doing now. We are depleting the resources. No, shall I use word depletion? Depleting. We are depleting resources. See, using is different. Depleting is different. Using means as how much needed you are using, but we are not doing like that. We are depleting the resources. Electricity. Even night also open. Well, most of the lights will be on. So we are wasting energy, no, nothing but we are depleting the energy, that one. So coming generations, yes, definitely the resources will come down. They have to fight for resources. They have to fight for water, everything. Already now fight for water started. So like this, depletion means robbed off. We are robbing off the resources. So what we are thinking is like, okay, now with my intellectual power, I earned it. Okay, water you earn, what pen, you don't have a rule to eat so much. Because coming generation, what they should eat? Because everything comes equal to MC square. What all mass is there, what all the resources that are coming is nothing but mass, no? From where that will come? Energy. And when earth is created is having some energy. So with every passing day, what happens as you start consuming resources, mass is decreasing. So the energy of the earth will get converted to mass, and that mass we are putting. So in that what happens, we are decreasing energy. One fine day there won't be energy left over to convert into mass. Finish over. These are the very long term basis. Huh? We have a lot of problems. Okay, like this depletion means robbed off. So why robbed off? The majority carriers are being the ions are being robbed off of their majority carriers. So these ions they are not lost. Forcibly what happens? This electron open when it is moving from N to the moment it enters into P type, it will be the hole will capture it. So this particular ion open lost its majority carrier. No? Similarly, hole when it moves from P to N type, it will capture the electron. So it is being robbed. This ion it is being robbed off. So therefore, being robbed off or being depleted, we'll call it depletion layer. So what is the depletion? I went to river for river bath. My clothes are being depleted. I think all of you understood. Robbed off, no? Then you have to be in the river till somebody comes and supplies clothes. So some novels you can see that one. I'm being depleted, or when you see some movies, no, they say like in Western movies, no, like I'm being depleted. I'm being depleted. They use word means I'm being robbed off. Depletion means they don't give ease on their own. They're not surrendering. They're being robbed off here. Like this, what is the depletion layer? Shall I say it's a charged layer? What about the E? What about the charge density will be non-uniform? Some regarding depletion layer will put it. What about the charge density here? Sigma. Shall I put sigma? Non-uniform. In the diagram appears uniform. Basically, it will be non-uniform. Non-uniform charge density. On the n type, okay, this is the n type. No, on n type, positive charge layer is built up. This is the n type. No, okay, already we written. So here also let me write this is n type. On p type, negative charge layer is built up. Okay, fine. So this is what happens here. So now what is this bias potential? Means like what is the thickness? Thickness will be of order micrometer, few micrometers. So let me put 3 into 10 to the power of minus 6 meter. That is what the depletion layer thickness. And if you go and check it, no thickness and a potential difference is set up. So how much potential barrier? So if you check it, the potential barrier will be 0.7 volt for silicon, 0.4 volt will be for this one. Potential barrier means this one. I'll measure the potential difference and how much it will be. Potential barrier is a potential barrier due to for what? For majority carriers, because this electron wants to move from N to P type, because here more electrons, less electrons. What the depletion layer will oppose? So shall I say a barrier is formed? So what is this potential barrier? So when you substitute all, check it, no, the electric field will be of order how much? Will be of order 10 to the power of 6 volt per meter. It's a very high electric field. No? The thickness will be of order few micrometer, and the potential difference when I go and measure, no, 0.7 volt. So barrier for what? Barrier for majority carriers. This electric field will not permit the electrons to move from N to P type, or it will not permit the hole to move from like a P to N type here. But practically what we see, there are some most energetic electrons are there. How do they become most energetic? Due to thermal agitation. Due to thermal agitation, some of the electrons, what happen, most energetic electrons, they will move from like this, and they'll be captured here. Oh. I'll show by red color. They'll be captured here. And the moment it enters here, it will undergo recombination. Similarly, a most energetic hole, most energetic hole, most energetic hole will move this one. No, not all, huh? Most energetic. So what is this? There'll be a moment of most energetic hole. How from N to P type here. Majority carriers, most energetic majority carriers only are able to penetrate depletion and they'll reach here. The moment they come here, they'll undergo recombination. Means one fine day, there won't be electrons left over, and there won't be holes left over, because that's what the way you are saying. Yes, what is the here again? There'll be breaking and making up of covalent bond will take place due to thermal agitation. These are some very important ideas. I'm going to put it here. Due to thermal agitation, I think, yeah, we'll write it here. No, this is the covalent bond. No, I'll show silicon like this, and this is the valence electron. Due to thermal agitation, they will get some energy, thermal energy. Because silicon when they vibrate. So these valence electrons, they get sufficient energy, they'll break up. Means covalent bond break up means they'll break up and will become powder, not like that. The bond will be there. Only the electrons, what happen, they'll get liberated. If electrons get liberated, what do we get? The vacancy created by valence electron in valence band, hole, and will get the free electrons. So how do this particular electron which is lost, which will diffuse, most energetic electron moves from N to P type, not all, most energetic electron. How do it will be brought back? So here what happens, covalent bond will break up here. The making and breaking up of covalent bond will occur in both P type, N type, and depletion layer. Here, why do that covalent bond will break up? Due to thermal agitation. So here I'll put it, covalent bond breaks up in P type, N type, and in depletion layer. Making and breaking up, covalent bond breaks up. Making also will occur. Later on I'll write that sense. Time being okay, that one. So the electron which is lost here, what happens, how do it is brought back? Due to breaking up of covalent bond. Let's assume that 2 electrons has moved here. So 2 holes and 2 electrons are lost, no majority carriers. From where do it has come? One covalent bond breaks up here. So 2 electrons are generated. So that will take place here. And the 2 holes which were lost here, that will come from here. So for here open, for every displacement, making and breaking will occur here. So like this, the most energetic, that one means like If you take the diode PN junction here, so is there any current? There's a current, no? What direction that current is? The current is in this direction. And what is this current? I diffusion. I'll take it out all this because I had to, I'll show it. In another diagram, I'll show it, small diagram. Okay, this diffusion current. So why do this? This is due to what? Due to movement of most energetic majority carriers. Why do this? Due to movement of most energetic electrons from n type to from n type and the holes p type to n type. Okay, there's a reason for this current what I put in. Not all, only due to most energetic this one. So due to that there'll be current. So now practically if I go and check, there's no such diffusion current. The net current is zero, let me say. Net current is zero. But according to the explanation what I'm giving, there is a current is there. But practically go and check it, the net current is zero. There should be some other current which is equivalent opposite to this will be flowing. Why, how that is means, there'll be breaking up of covalent bond. First we'll go for only breaking up. Then I'll say that how that making up will take place. So there'll be breaking up of covalent bond will occur here also. Breaking up of covalent bond will occur here also. When covalent bond breaks up here, so what do we get? We get one. I'll show it. Now holes will be generated. That hole, can it be anywhere? It can break up. The covalent bond can break up either here or here. I'm just took this one. So and these are the free electrons. If one covalent bond breaks up, when two electrons, two holes will be generated. And this electron in what direction will experience a force? Will experience force towards right. And this electron, shall I say, it will move like this. Any color? Okay, green color will take it. Minority carrier, I'll show by green color. Okay, look at that red and this one. And what happens this hole? How do it will move? It will move in this direction. What is this green color? Minority carriers, no? And what about that red and blue? That was majority carriers. So now here if a covalent bond breaks up, electron what happens because of electric field experience force towards right. Either covalent bond breaks up here or here. Things are same. I'll do one thing for your understanding purpose. I'll show it here also. Tell me like this hole, how do it will move? Because of electrostatic force, it will move like this. What about this electron? It will start moving from here. Okay, got the idea now? So any minority carrier, shall I say that, sir, why you are calling minority carrier? First of all, you have asked one very beautiful question here. So why you are calling them as minority carrier? Okay, now let's come for this. Forget depletion layer, come for this one. Here what happened? What is this electron? Minority carrier, no? This electron is a minority. All of you just come to the region where I'm looking, I'm just writing some star mark, they're the minority carrier, will I agree? What is the state of this? Due to thermal agitation, this will be moving randomly, this minority carrier. That one. So now what happened? By chance, when it is moving like this, by chance, if it enters depletion layer, what depletion will do? Will exert a force, no? Will accelerate it, will drift it, or will start pulling it, no? It will hold electron, it will hold collar of electron, and it will hold the arm of electron, and it will drag him. The depletion layer, this electrostatic field. By chance, this electron, which will be moving randomly, the moment it enters here, what this electrostatic field will push him. We'll just pull him and we'll place him in N type. Getting this one? Same thing happens all. But by chance, what happened? The all. So this what happened is moving. Let's assume that this all is moving here. The by chance what happened? If the moment it enters here, what this depletion will do? Will drift him. Will push him to P type here. So now look at this electron. This electron. So this electron either generated here or here. How it will move? Towards right. The hole either generated here or here. How it will move? Towards left. If any hole, this hole, the minority in N type, by chance enters depletion, will be pushed like this, no? So here is what I'll show this one. And this will be the green color only, I'll show it. So it will be like this. I'll show that arrow so that will be easy for you. So therefore now any carriers that are generated either due to breaking up of covalent bond in the depletion layer, the electrons and the holes which are generated, shall I call them as minority carrier? Because they're having a displacement similar to this holes in the N type. They're having a moment similar to the electrons in the P type. And now look at this. Let's talk about the current here now. This hole current will come and electron current and the electron flows here. So tell me this minority carrier current in what direction? Will be towards left. Shall I put one more here? The drift current. Now we have to give reason why this drift current is. Due to moment of minority carriers. What are minority carriers? The holes from the N type will move from P type and the electrons from P type will move to the N type here. That's what due to minority carrier. So what is the drift current? Why the drift word? Because they are being forced to know. Say what all wants to move here. So look at the electron. It wants to move. But the moment it enters, it will be pulled towards the N type. So it is being drifted. It is being forced to move from P to N type, this minority carrier. So therefore, this is a minority carrier current. So now if you see the practically the PN junction, the diffusion current and the drift current will be equal and opposite. So therefore, the net current to the PN junction will be zero. This is a core idea. How all the whole week discussion will just revolve around this condition only. Just like a story, you have to put in a order, nothing else is there. You don't go for any equation, nothing. Now let's come for that one. So like this here, covalent bonds, if they keep on break up, if they keep on break up, finally one day there won't be covalent bond to break up, then no drift current. But making and breaking up of covalent bond will occur in all the regions, in N type, P type, depletion layer also. So I'll put it here. Making and breaking. There's one very best statement is what I'm putting here. So shall I put here making and breaking? I think I'll write it here. Making and breaking up of covalent bond occurs in N type, P type, and in depletion layer at all times. Like this, no, this semiconductor weapon continuously this making breaking. Okay, the breaking, why the breaking occurs? Due to thermal agitation. Why breaking occurs? Covalent bond breaks up in P type, N type, and depletion layer due to even makeup. How that makeup will occur? Okay, let's come for in P type the covalent bond breakup. How do that makeup will occur? Suppose one covalent bond breakup means okay, this particular hole what happened? It moves from N to P to N type. It has lost. Or let's assume two holes from P to N type. They have moved it here, and their recombination occurs. Here two electrons are lost, two holes are lost. Then from the holes which are lost, how do here covalent bond will break up? Then that two holes will be generated here. Then next again, here what will happen? Here covalent bond will break up. The electrons two holes will be lost. Here two holes are there. No, the two holes open will become minority, and they'll move like this. They'll come here. Clear this one. And here open one covalent bond has broken. No? Due to that, what happened? Two valence electrons are lost, and these two electrons, when they come here, what happen? When they combine with what, like the free electrons which are minority carriers, no, the two holes which they come here, so again it will get back to its original valence electron. I think I'm just explaining statement because I can't give much diagram. Suppose say here, let's assume that two holes have moved here, two electrons are lost, recombination, two valence electrons came, covalent bond will break up. The same two valence covalent bond breaks up. Here what happened? Two electrons and two holes are generated. The two electrons which are lost, okay, got back. The two holes which are generated, what they do? They will move because they're minority carrier, and they'll come and settle here. Like this, what happened? You can give suitable reason. So making and breaking up of covalent bond will take place all the time at all points. Okay, here making breaking occurs like this. Means, sir, this electron, can it be captured by this? Yes, it can happen. This hole, even that also possible. Okay, which we are not interested. So this particular electron when moving can be captured by this hole. Yes, it happens, but we are not bothered. It's of no use for us. Okay, now here breaking occurs. Due to breaking occurs, minority carriers are generated. Let's assume that one. What about making? Who will make this? Okay, the majority carriers. This when they are moving. Okay, this majority carrier when it is moving, open, it can be captured by this hole. Suppose here one covalent bond has broken up. Two electrons. That electrons they'll go like this. The holes will go like this here. Then the holes will move like this. So sorry, holes from here they'll be moving like this, and the electrons will be moving. These electrons when the sorry majority carrier, no, sorry, if a covalent bond breaks up here, two electrons, two holes be generated. That holes open will move like this, electrons will move. They're the minority carrier. How the making up occurs? Suppose a covalent bond has broken up, the majority carrier which is moving here will be captured by this hole. Clear this? And the majority carrier which is moving here in depletion will be captured by this particular electron. So like that open, the making and breaking up of covalent bond will take place. We are not bothered about making up of covalent bond the depletion layer, which is of no use. That's why in the books open they avoided this discussion. So I'm just putting one statement. You need not to bother anything here now. Just only thing is try to focus on this one. Drift time, the diffusion current. Why the diffusion current? Due to movement of most energetic holes from P to N type, most energetic electrons from N to P type. Why minority carriers? Due to breaking up of covalent bond in the depletion layer, the carriers which are generated, they are minority. Means either covalent bond breaks up here or here, they'll become minority. Don't think that this electrons are N-type majority. No. This again, it's like a this electron generated here. How did it move? From like this, no? Similar to this electron. So therefore, the carriers which are generated in depletion layer due to breaking up of covalent bond, they will become minority carriers only. You have to ask question, sir. You tell me first drift current. The drift current is due to this hole or moment of this hole. Both, both that one. But the who will contribute more. This will contribute more. I'm making things very, very systematic and clear. This drift current is due to this hole or this hole. Due to both. But the percentage of contribution will be more due to this. Because millions of covalent bonds will break up. And the net current through the junction will be zero. High diffusion equal to high drift. I think there are so many things are happening. So for your level, I suggest you like drift current, diffusion current. Diffusion current is due to movement of majority carriers across the junction. Drift current is due to movement of minority carriers. How that minority carriers are? Due to breaking up of covalent bonds in the depletion layer. Got the idea? So therefore, now PN junction. So altogether, net current to a PN junction will be zero. Unbiased means I'm not connecting to any cell. No, high diffusion will be called high diff. So net flow of current PN junction is 0. Okay, clear now? So this is the breaking up of covalent bond, like this we have shown that one. Okay, let's come for this one. This is unbiased. Okay, now when I go and check it, no, there'll be a potential barrier will be there. So what is the potential difference generated? To show potential difference, no, here. Okay, we'll do one thing. One more diagram. In books, they are given diagram of energy level also. Just do refer once. This will be I diffusion. Let me show that. Potential barrier. What is the potential barrier? Barrier for what? Barrier for moment of majority carriers, and how much this is equal to, and the width is this one. So this barrier potential will be 0.7 volt for silicon, 0.3 volt for germanium. How much of energy they needed for the electron, most energetic electron, how much of energy needed? E into VB. If the most energetic electron is having energy E into charge of electron into 0.7, S, it can move. Any electrons whose energy is less than E into VB, it cannot move that one. So here, energy of majority carriers, if it is greater than E into VB. Energy of majority carriers, if it is greater than EVB, they will diffuse. I think I should write in form of sentence. Then they will diffuse. Okay, fine. So it is germanium or silicon. Those majority carriers whose energy is less than this, they cannot diffuse. So like that, there'll be few other, not many. Some most energetic electrons from N type will diffuse to P type, or most energetic holes will diffuse from P type. Not all, I'm making clear. Okay, then what about the this distance? This will be of order few micrometer. Not centimeter. So like this, can we calculate E? So this will be of order 10 to the power of 6 volt per meter. Very high electric field. Huh? Of order it is 10 to the power of 6 or 10 to the power of 7, anything that one. Okay, this. So this is about the potential barrier. We have put everything. What about this non-uniform charge distribution? And this is a non-ohmic. I'll write few more. Non-ohmic means it will not obey the Ohm's law here. This is the ohmic region. This layer will obey Ohm's law. Now what about the field? Field will be non-uniform. This will be charge distribution here will be non-uniform. Sigma, shall I put sigma only? Sigma again we use conductivity. No? Non-uniform charge density. I think I wrote no already. Okay, fine. Yeah. So this is about the PN junction. So many things are there. Now I'll ask you what about the potential? Which will be at higher potential? This one, no? This will be at lower potential. So if I plot the graph, how the graph will be. This will be almost at zero potential. No? So here, if I go for the potential, it will rise like this. Oh, graph. So what is this? This is a potential barrier. Exactly the midpoint of junction, what is the potential? Should be non-zero, no? Here. It should be non-zero here. You know electrostatics, so what should be the potential? Here it is VB, here it is 0. So what about at midpoint? Should be non-zero, no? Look at the graph. This is 0.7. This is 0 volt. What can be this one? Should be non-zero. So what is the potential at the midpoint of depletion layer? Will be non-zero. That's what the graph is telling. Agree this? So I'm just leaving this. So you just make observation. Potential at point P. 0, non-zero. Non-zero. Energy also they have just shown in the thing, so you can refer it. Energy band diagram they're showing for N-type, P-type. Just go through once that one. I'll go for forward bias. This is overall about the PN junction. I think plenty of questions, if they are interested, they can ask you here. Okay, let's come for the forward bias. Doping in gaseous state is of no use, no? How you use the material for that one? Let's come this one. I'm going to forward bias it. Already a depletion layer is formed. PN junction, I'm going to forward bias. The first thing is forward bias. The same way like what earlier we discussed, no, the moment of ions, moment of majority carriers. Similarly, what happened? We have to give explanation here. This is that. Oh. What do you mean by forward bias? The first one, the topic is when you connect the positive terminal of the P type, no, this is the P type, N type, and this is the electric field. That E you don't forget, showing that E. P type connected to positive terminal of a cell and N type connected to negative terminal. Now, what will happen here? Let's see that. So earlier what happened? The most energetic holes, they were able to move. The most energetic electrons, they were able to cross on their own. Am I right? And similarly, the most energetic holes, they were able to cross on their own from P to N type. And the most energetic electron, they were able to cross on their own from N to P type. And that is what that diffusion current, no? And we shown like this. At diffusion. Whether you connect cell or not, say irrespective of whether you connect cell or not, there'll be minority carriers, and that minority carriers I do show with green color one. This is what the I drift. Whether you connect, whether in the absence of cell, this is what happens. Now what will happen? I will connected a cell. So what this cell will do? It's a positive terminal, and all is a positive charge. So what it does? It will repel this positive charge. No? So along with the most energetic hole, what happen? Other hole, what happen? Will get a support. because there's a positive charge, there's a positive terminal, and there's a positive charge. So this was not having sufficient. By the time it comes here open, it was able to go like this and will be repelled back because it was not having sufficient. The moment I switch on this cell and as I start increasing EMF, then what will happen to here is like this, the holes which are not having sufficient energy to cross the depletion layer, they also start moving. Along with the most energetic majority carriers, the other majority carriers also start moving. The symbol is same. There's a negative terminal, there's electron, negative charge. The most energetic electron is able to cross. The other electrons which were finding difficult, which were not having energy to cross or depletion, they'll get energy from this. A repulsive force is acted. It will say negative term said, okay, no problem, I'll help you. Go, come on, you move. So that's what happens for the electron. So I'll give number 1, majority carrier. What about 2? 2 are not most energetic majority carriers, but they'll get a support from home, from the cell. So they will also start moving. I think the all majority carriers I'll show by one red color. It'll be easy for us to do comparison. Next, the one which got support. Okay, this 2 what happened? It got support. Similarly, this one. I'm giving different colors so that we can easy for to you understand. So without this cell what happened, the 2 cannot move, but because of cell it got some energy. So now what will happen? Along with the most energetic majority carriers, the other majority carriers are also able to move. No? What will happen to minority carriers? What will happen to minority carriers? This native terminal. So what it will do? Will attract this hole. So it wanted to move like this, but this native terminal what happened? Will try to pull it away from depletion layer. Same thing here. The positive terminal, the electron wants to go like this. Because of this positive terminal, what happened? The electron, instead of moving like this, it will try to move here. So what happened to the number of minority carriers they're crossing the depletion layer will decrease. So as I increase the bias here, the minority carriers will decrease. Majority carriers, they're able to move easily. Along with the most energetic, the other majority carriers are able to flow. Now, how the moment of charge? Let's see that one. This electron, this we know cell. Go back to the our this one current density. This will give electrons. No, these electrons they flow like this. There's an n type, and these electrons they come here. So what this native terminal will do? Shall I say it will inject electrons into the n type? Then how many electrons that are like injected by the native terminal into the semiconductor, those many electrons should be pulled here. So what this positive terminal will do, it will pull valence electron from here. I'll just show one valence electron. What is dot? There's a valence electron. It will be pulled out. It will be pulled by this one. The moment it's pulled, once it comes here, it will become free electron. And we'll get like this. In books, they within 1 4 5 sentence, they have shown uh, everything that one. They didn't go in detail because you find very difficult because you refer any book, you don't get explanation. So what is this valence electron? So what this positive terminal will do? It will pull out valence electrons from the p type. Positive terminals pulls out valence electrons from p type and injects free electrons in n type. I think there's a very important part. There'll be injection of majority carriers will occur. Now this electron, valence electron is pulled. No, so in place of this valence electron, now what you get it? So I think this valence electron only has become free electron now. Now an hole is generated. No, an hole is generated. Now this hole, what it will do? It will pull out this valence electron. So now what will happen is like the valence electron will come here and the hole will be formed here. Now this hole, what it will do? Will pull out this valence electron. So altogether, oh, okay, sorry, it is like this. No, this is there here. Now this valence electron will come here. Oh, this one, this is a valence electron. No? Yeah. Now here what when the hole should move like this, no? So how do it is able to push it like a this particular electron will happen will okay, I think we'll stop it here only. And now this most energetic hole, how it will move? That we have to put it. Okay, this electron. Now I'll come to this one. Let me start from here. This electron, when it crosses here, what will happen to this? It'll be captured by the hole. We'll get a valence electron. So the hole which is present here will jump here. So now what happened here? We'll get a valence electron. Let's assume due to recombination, the hole which is present here will make a jump. Then what do we get? Here electron, here hole. The hole which is present here, what it do? It will pull out this valence electron. The hole, what happened here? Electron has come, and here hole will be there. So like that, what happened? How the moment of here the valence electron is moving, and the hole is moving like this. What about here? Here the electron itself, free electron. So there are many things are there. So here how the moment, here the hole will move like this. Because this electron, when the moment it comes, it will undergo recombination. And this electron will not move as a free electron, it will move as a valence electron, will jump from hole to hole. The electron will go like this, and that electron, when it comes here, will be pulled by the positive terminal. Shaker, mute it. So this particular free electron, when it moves from N to P type, here open will move as a valence electron, or better say the hole will move like this. The electron, the moment valence electron comes, it will be pulled by the positive term. Like this, what happen? The flow of charge will take place here. Because I have to give the flow of charge first. I'll put once again. The electron will move from negative terminal, will be injected here. This negative terminal, so because of enough energy, they will cross over depletion layer. Here, what will happen? It will be captured by hole. So it will become valence electron. This hole will capture it. So now where the valence electron, it has come here. And hole. Now this hole, what it do? It will capture this. Now this hole will capture this. And this particular hole open will capture this. And this valence electron will be captured by, will pulled by positive term. So like that, what happen? How the moment of hole is there? The holes are moving like this. Better say. I'll show it here. Free electrons, and these are the holes. And what are holes in the p-type? Majority cases, how do they move? They move towards the depletion layer. Now, what will happen to the drift current? Shall I say it will, as I keep on increase bias, it will decrease, no? And what will happen to majority carrier? Diffusion current will increase. So if I, for bias non-zero, what I see that high diffusion will be greater than high drift. Don't say no drift current, will be there, but it will be less. Why it will be less? Because the positive terminal will repel, will attack these electrons, will not permit this to move. Okay, all this sequence statement. What's happening to width of depletion layer? The width of depletion layer will decrease here. Sir, how come width of depletion layer decreases? So this particular, okay, come for this one. How the width of depletion layer decreases means, if you look at this one, these electrons, or instead of moving, they can take this position. These electrons, so what will happen? Instead of crossing out depletion layer, they may come and take this position. So here electron, here electron. So what's happening to width of depletion? What is the depletion layer? Should not contain the free electrons and holes, no? So these electrons, some of them open, instead of crossing depletion, they'll occupy this position. So what's happening to width of depletion layer? Decreases. Similarly, the positive terminal of cell will pull valence electron. Because of that, the holes will move. These holes, when they're moving here, they may take this position. They may take this position, means this hole will pull valence electron from here. This hole which is there, no, will pull valence electron. So what actually phenomena occurs? This battery will pull this valence electron. This valence electron, what happen? Okay, this particular O open will pull valence electron from here. So O has come, and this valence electron will be pulled by this hole, and this valence electron will jump to here and will come like this. So what's happening here? The width of depletion layer decreases. So in forward bias, which current will be more? Diffusion current greater than drift. And what happened to width of depletion layer decreases. This is something very important. The width of depletion layer decreases. This is the one thing. Then I diffusion greater than I drift. So what this forward bias now will permit the flow of majority carriers, no? Forward bias, it will permit more majority carriers to pass through it. Now, let's see that's a covalent making and breaking of covalent will take place here. Here also now uh, the covalent bond what pen will break up due to that minority carrier generated, due to the diffusion current will flow. As the width of depletion layer decreases, what happened to number of covalent bonds breaking up? That will decrease. So gradually the drift current will decrease here. Means now let's say that what is the barrier potential? We said 0.7 volt, no? And I applied here. So you do one thing, it's a similar idea like this. For 0.7, for minus 0.7, first I'll add 0.1 volt. How much it will become? 0.6. Net potential difference. For 0. Minus 0.7, if I add how much? 0.2. Net how much will become? Minus 0.6. So what's happening to barrier potential? You see that one? Earlier, without bias, it was like this. Huh? Look at now this one. Why minus sign means this will oppose no for with respect to majority carrier, I'm writing a negative sign. So for minus 0.7, you add 0, minus 0.7. There's a barrier for majority carriers. Now, when you add plus 0, who is this 0.1 node? This cell. So as I keep on increase EMF, tell me what's happening to net barrier potential keeps on decreases. It keeps on decreases. And at one instant, what happened? No barrier potential. Sir, then what about this, sir? Can you write anything about this? How much it has become? Plus 0.1. No? Means what will happen? The depletion layer will, this will become positive charge layer, this will become negative charge layer, which is of no use. Huh? The diodes what we are using will not occur this. I'm just telling, it can even change polarity here when this occurs. During this situation, positive charge layer on N-type, negative charge layer on P-type. During this situation, negative charge layer on the N-type and positive charge layer on P-type. It can occur. When that will happen? When the bias voltage is more than the barrier potential. So what's happening as you increase the bias here, the barrier potential decreases. As the barrier potential decreases, the opposition to the flow of majority carriers will decrease. So more majority carriers will pass through it. As the barrier potential decreases, number of covalent bonds breaking up in depletion decreases. The diff current decreases. So when I plot this forward bias, means uh, so what this forward bias in the forward bias, what shall I say that the opposition to the flow of majority carrier decreases. So if I plot the graph, how the curve will take place, will take shape like this here. This is the forward current in milliampere, and this is the forward voltage. Somewhere you can see that there will be sharp rise is there. Afterwards, it starts rising sharply. I'll give suitable curve. It should be like this. After this, there's a sharp rise. This we'll call it as knee voltage. What do you mean by knee? I think when you look at your leg. So there's a sharp bend, no? Look at this curve also, similar to like this. So if you draw the leg, okay, it is, this curve is similar to knee, no? So this is called as a knee, am I right? This is called like a knee. This part is a knee, no? This one. This is called like a knee. This is called a toe, lap. This one. So this is a knee, no? So it is similar to like a the bent leg, no? This is, so therefore this is called like a knee voltage. Where afterwards what happen, almost the barrier potential will vanish here. The diode is totally forward biased here. I'll take it out this. This is I should not draw. There's a reason why they are calling that knee voltage. There's a 0 volt. Okay, now I'm more interested. This is for what is the knee voltage? Knee voltage, or is also called as a forward voltage. For how much it is? 0.7 for silicon, 0.3 or 0.4 for germanium. It's a few small things. What about in this region here? I diffusion is greater than I drift. What about here? I diffusion very much greater than I drift. Minority carriers will be there, but they're negligible. Almost it's negligible. We need not to bother that. Then you calculate the slope in this region. If you calculate the slope, so this is delta I, this delta V. So the reciprocal of slope is called as the forward resistance. This is 1 by slope here. So how much it is? Delta V by delta I by delta V. Nothing but equal to delta V by delta I. Where we have to calculate? We have to calculate forward resistance. This resistance by ohm. The resistance by the ohmic regions. Because no longer depletion layer. No depletion layer. Better you write it. No depletion layer here. Here depletion layer thickness decreases in this region. Here no depletion layer after this. So now where we are calculating the resistance after knee voltage, no depletion layer will like this. Then resistance by ohm by the P and N region. Resistance by the P and N regions. Because this material will offer resistance, no? When electron is moving, it will encounter collisions in this region. Will encounter collisions. So therefore, here what happens? We don't get any further like a depletion layer. So that's called a forward resistance of the diode. So here is what we are going to operate here. When we should, where we should use diode, this is called a operating region. We should use the diode in this region. So how the diode circuit, how do we show diode circuit? The symbol here afterwards, we don't go for like this. When we are doing problem, no, the diode will be shown like the symbol like this. This is the P-type, N-type, and this is connected to cell. And always there'll be one series resistor to protect the diode from exceeding voltage. This is cell. And so this is a symbol of diode. P-type, this is N-type. The base of a triangle will be P-type, and this one line, this will be N-type here. So how the forward bias current, because I have to show that IF, no, how to get the direction of current. Opposite to flow of electron. The direction of current should be opposite to flow of electrons are moving. So shall we put it opposite? IF. So how the current will flow from P to N region. So inside here, how you have to show that IF? You have to show like this. Agree, no? This current is due to what? Due to only holes or only due to electrons? Due to both. This forward current. And the depletion layer, what happens? Thickness, width of depletion layer decreases, diffusion current will become greater than drift. Rest all everything you can carry on that one. What all I gave explanation. So this is what happens in a forward bias. So now, so if you look at the some books here, the conventions, like when you take the diode when it is forward bias, no, what I should replace? Almost shall I say no resistance. If it is the ideal diode, we replace with a short circuit. The first approximations, I think I'll come to later on this one. Evening 1 hour I'll take it. So let me explain further. A few more things are there. Evening I'll do the reverse bias, then some numericals. Now look at the diode now. What is the resistance of diode? Resistance offered by P and N region. What is this forward bias once again? So this is the applied voltage. So you look at this particular point. Here what's happening? The depletion rate. So here now. So what is this? Says this 0.1 volt. But what is the barrier potential? Minus 0.7 volt. So the net barrier potential 0.6. So earlier here, some, let's assume 100 majority carriers were flowing. Here how many will be? More than 100, because slightly barrier potential decreased. Here how many will be? 300, 400, 500, 600, almost here open. No barrier potential will come. So as we increase the bias here, so what happened to barrier potential will keep on decreases. You need to go for further in detail because this is enough explanation I give. Almost 2 hours I spent only to show that flow of charges. So now for numericals, what you have to do, without depletion decreases, for diffusion current is will be very much greater than drift current. Now, what is this forward current? The forward bias is due to diffusion current or drift current. What shall I put it? Due to diffusion current only, no? Both will be there, but diffusion current will be greater than drift current. The forward current is due to majority carriers or minority carriers. The forward current is due to majority carriers. So these are some very important. What is IF? This IF is due to majority carriers or due to diffusion of majority carriers. Let me write here. So what all that forward current is due to? Diffusion of the majority carriers. There'll be drift current, but it'll be very, very small. That already I shown it here. And the resistance offered by the P and N regions. Okay, this overall. Okay, let me just briefly summarize what actually happens. Because again, you take the SC Verma, they're also open like this moment of charges are not shown. Just they put one sentence here. Now, what shall we put here now? As you increase the bias, what happens along with the most energetic electrons, like energetic electron holes, along with one, what I numbered one, no? Those electron holes which are number 2, they also start penetrating, they also start crossing through depletion layer. Fine. The thing. So now moment of majority carriers increase or decrease? As increase. Along with this will also, they will cross. Earlier 100 were crossing. Now open 150 will cross it. As you increase further bias 200. As you increase bias 300. Like that the major, like amount of majority carriers increases. There's the first thing. This one. Next again. What will happen to the flow of electron? The negative terminal will inject electrons. These electrons, what will happen? Like they have energy. So few of electrons will come and take this position. Clear all of you? I say I'm summarizing the most important part. They may ask you any theoretical question on this. The electrons injected by the cell, there'll be injection of majority carriers will occur. So these electrons open, few electrons will go and take this position. Next few electrons open, they have enough energy, they'll cross over depletion layer. This electron which has moved from N to P type, what will happen will be captured by hole. And it will jump from hole to hole. Then how hole is moving? Hole is moving towards right. This electron, now how this electron, here it will move in the form of valence electron. So nothing but hole is moving towards right. So I'm showing it here. Now this valence electron, the moment it comes here, will pulled by positive terminal and it become free electron because the free electron can flow in the wire. Will come like this. The moment of charge will occur. Sir, why don't you explain in terms of hole? Yes, I'll explain hole also. This I took electron, the hole. So here what happens? This positive terminal will pull the valence electron. Okay, got this. So here one hole is formed. So now this valence electron will jump here. So the hole will jump to this. No, the valence electron from here will jump, the hole will jump. And the valence electron from here will jump, the hole will come. And this hole is having sufficient energy, it will move like this. The hole which is moving here will be captured by the free electron. Then select a one hole and electron are lost. Is from where do it come? Breaking up of covalent bond. The covalent bond which will break up, the electron which is lost will come back here. And the hole which is here, no. So here, what don't think the hole will move here. That you should never show hole here. The hole will become minority carrier. So what will happen to it now? It has to move like this. Clear this, and the electron which is coming here open will interact with hole and it will also be lost. So like that here, breaking and making up of covalent bond here. Breaking and making up of covalent bond. Here breaking and making up of covalent bond here also. But as the width of depletion layer decreases, tell me what happened to the number of covalent bond breaking will decrease. So I drift will decrease. And moreover, this whole open will be pulled by negative terminal. No? It will not permit easily to move through depletion layer. So therefore, the drift current will decrease by large amount. So without depletion layer decreases, and there'll be moment of charge. And finally, what happened? What is the resistance offered? Resistance offered by the material of the diode, by the P and N region. That is the forward resistance. So when you can say the diode is forward bias, it is in this region or this region. In this region, the diode is forward bias. Only in this region we can say that one. So here also what you have to write, again making and breaking up of covalent bond will occur in all regions. So I'll summarize what actually in forward bias. Last final. Increase in flow of majority carriers across the depletion layer or across the junction, better write it. There's the one thing. Next again, on this I need more points. No? I need more space. Some 4 points I'll summarize. Huh? These are the conceptual questions they may ask. What actually happens in forward bias? And there's the increase in flow of majority carriers across the junction. There's a 1 point. Then width of depletion layer. Width of depletion decreases. Here also making and breaking off covalent bond occurs in all regions. This is a very general thing. What will happen to drift current as the bias increases? Bias means as the EMF of cell increases, or applied bias we call like this. Applied bias increases. What will happen to the drift current? The diffusion current will become more than the drift here. These are some very generalized things. So here also again recombination will be taking place. Due to recombination, what will happen? There will be photon generated. Heat will be generated, and also there'll be the moment of these electrons when they're moving in P and N regions, they'll encounter collisions and heat will be generated. So there's a one overall idea of the basic the forward bias. Okay, evening I'll intimate the time. I'll talk with the chemistry sir, then I'll give the time. 1 hour only. Huh? We have to finish up the reverse bias theory also. Okay, thank you all of you. Any doubt? If you want, you can clarify, huh? Because I think a lot of things are being. Any doubt? If you have, you can clarify. I'll wait. I'll wait. Any doubt? If you have, you can clarify it. Okay, shall I end up meeting? Fine. Okay, thank you all of you.